Welcome to LastStandGamers Survival Secrets, and in this series I'll be addressing your problems and questions on DayZ. If you've not checked out the survival guide, I recommend looking at that first because it might confuse you otherwise. Aiming dead zone. It's been a question that many of you have asked through the whole of the survival guide series, and I've addressed it once, but it was at the end of a video. So I'm going to talk about it a bit more in depth here. Here's what you're probably looking at when you're playing, and it's a really sort of stiff movement. Your whole body's moving as you're moving your mouse left to right, and a 180 feels really painful in some situations. And there is an alternative. It's called aiming dead zone. Aiming dead zone can be found in game options. Putting it to max, I do not recommend. I'm just going to quickly demonstrate it here. You feel how it's a bit too jerky, and you'll feel yourself flying over the screen. In third person, it doesn't look half bad, but I really recommend that you put it only to half, and then if you like it, maybe you can adjust it a little bit further, or else you can keep it the same. Back to game options I go, and I adjust it to the middle bar that I feel is the perfect adjustment. The advantages of aiming dead zone is basically, as you're moving around buildings, you can clear quicker, and you can move faster around them. Obviously there is some disadvantages that I'll get onto in a moment. Movement with aiming dead zone. If you hold down the Alt key, you can move the upper half of your body while you're aiming down sights, and this comes in handy a hell of a lot of the time, and using this effectively can really make the difference in a close quarters environment like this. The disadvantage is grenade throwing. You will not know where your grenade's going exactly. Moving on to mouse. Mouse techniques, mouse settings. Let's talk about it. There's two sorts of main grips that you'll be holding when you're holding your mouse. Either the claw grip or the palm grip. Obviously both of them have the advantages and disadvantages. The claw has slightly more movement left and right, where the palm grip has smoother movement, so you'll be able to get to targets faster and so on. When you're holding your mouse and when you're adjusting your mouse, obviously try to keep it on 6 on the Windows settings and adjust it in-game. In-game adjustment's key, and you want to really disengage the mouse acceleration, as it can give you a false sense when you turn in 180. Obviously, to test out your mouse sensitivity and how it feels, what you want to do is be able to move it from left to right of the mouse mat and pull a perfect 180. If you're struggling to do this, you might want to look into your mouse configuration and see if you can sort it out. Otherwise, look in the game options and see if you can deal it with that way. The mouse and the keyboard are some major components, and they'll really change the way you can play. Obviously, if you've not messed around with your mouse, maybe it's time to have a look at it and see if it can improve your gameplay. Talking about this series now. This series is to address your questions, so if you have a question, leave it in the comments below and I'll address it. It can be anything from being chased by bandits, how to escape bandits, all sorts of things, from simple mouse and keyboard configurations to fixing cars maybe, I don't know. If you have a question, make sure you ask it in the comments below and I'll try to address it in the next episode that'll be coming next week. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and stay safe out there.